You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Hey, Don on the beat.
I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I got
so many ups.
so many ups.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Ay, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
What's up?
You're muted. That's better. That's better. You can hear me better now.
Hey,
How's
Liddell.
it go? What it do? How y'all doing?
We're good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm getting ready for my podcast in about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it
Well-
on the Otani contract, $700 million contract that he did with LA Dodgers, and now he actually deferred $680 million of that for 10 years.
Oh,
He's
wow. Yeah.
paying less in taxes.
Wow. Okay.
Down to that.
Well, we're starting a little bit early for those of you guys that are watching right now. I know that our time says 8 o'clock, but we decided to come on here to do a little bit of pre-gaming. So we're going to do a little bit of pre-game commentary. That's why we have Liddell here. And we also wanted to kind of introduce who some of the guests will be at this State of the Union. It's kind of interesting, the list of people that are invited either by Congress, the president, or the first lady. Did you get a look at that list, Soonie?
I did.
You didn't get the
I
list?
did. I didn't see the list. Who's gonna be there, Lord? Who's gonna be there? God, Lord.
Okay, so let's put it up on the screen. Let's just jump right into it. Liddell said, let's just jump right into it. All right.
We speak with your boy. Fred.
All right. So we got this list here of people. So they've got, obviously, abortion's going to be a topic tonight. Gun control is going to be a topic tonight. The Israel Palestine thing is going to be a topic tonight. So they have appropriate guests to go with those topics. So let's just go through the list, see if you guys remember some of these people, and let's comment on what we think about this. So let's first start with the abortion and IVF topic. Now, if you guys are watching, please make sure as we're reading that you go ahead and drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Make sure you're subscribed, okay? All right, so Kate Cox, she was that woman from Dallas that was denied an abortion, okay? She argued, I'm sure you guys remember this, Soonie, because we talked about this on the show, but she argued that her pregnancy was putting her personal health at risk, and she is going to be a guest of Jill Biden. Then we have Latoria Beasley, whose IVF treatments were abruptly halted due to a court ruling in Alabama. She's being hosted by the First Lady. Kayla Smith, who traveled from Idaho to Washington State to get her abortion due to Idaho's restrictive abortion laws after learning that the fetus she was carrying had inoperable heart defects. She will be a guest of Washington Senator Patty Murray. Amanda Zurawoski, who was denied an abortion in Texas due to state law, despite her being at risk for a life-threatening condition. She was invited by Massachusetts Representative Catherine Clark, the House Minority Whip. Zurawoski received care only after going into septic shock, leaving her with permanent damage. Caitlin Bernard, the doctor who came under fire for performing an abortion on a 10-year-old girl who was a rape victim in 2022, was invited as a guest of Representative Judy Chu, a California Democrat. Tammy Cromanacre, the director of Red Rivers Women's Clinic, which was the only abortion provider in North Dakota before relocating to Minnesota to avoid a state ban. She was invited by a Democrat in Minnesota, Tina Smith. Okay. And then we have another IVF born. We have a girl who was born via the first IVF in 1981. She's all grown up and she's here to talk about it. She went the IVF route, okay, literally, and she's here to tell about her experience. Uh,
Of course.
the foreign affairs, that's going to be another big topic. We have Ella Millman and Mikhail Gerskovich, the parents of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich, who's been detained by Russia since last March on espionage charges. He's the one that we talked about on the show that I said, I'm not so sure this guy was just a journalist. My theory was he was probably doing more work than just journalism. Putin talked about him in the interview. That's the one that Tucker asked him about and said, you know, you're going to go ahead and free him as a goodwill gesture. And even Putin said, who you are calling a journalist was doing some very heavy espionage in our country. So he into that. So he has been invited by the House Speaker, Mike Johnson. Now, I will tell you real quick off topic, I'm going to be paying attention to Mike Johnson and what he stands up and claps for, because you know that this State of the Union is a up and down game of clapping, and I bet not see him clap for 1 ounce of spending. Okay.
You have already been let down. That's going to happen.
Oh, don't even say it.
Come on, these guys. I ain't going there. I'm gonna do 9. Nope. Go ahead.
No, you could go there. I'm just saying, no, this is why. Listen, because I'm not a Mike Johnson fan. So for me, I already know what it is, right? But all these people that are like, yeah, we won. We got Mike Johnson in place of Nancy Pelosi. We're winning all the way. I hope they pay attention to what he stands and claps for.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I understand.
This is Sooni's favorite category. 17 relatives of American hostages who were taken by Hamas last year will be attending as guests of lawmakers in both parties. So both parties have invited guests on that side. Among the guests are Orna and Daniel Nutra, the mother and brother of Omer Nutra, an American hostage held since the October 7th attack in Israel. They were invited by House Speaker and New York Republican Mike Lawler, Andrea Weinstein, the sister of American hostage Judy Weinstein, and Gad Haggai, who were both killed by Hamas, will be guests of the House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. In Tima Salama, a Palestinian master student at the St. Louis University who has lost dozens of family members in Gaza, will be attending as guest of Representative Cori Bush, a Missouri Democrat who has called for an immediate ceasefire. Bush's office said that 35 members of Salama's family were killed in the war in Gaza.
Yep.
Commander Shelby Nilketin, recognized for her leadership in protecting ships from the Houthi rebel attacks in Yemen, was invited by the White House. Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson, who led Sweden in its campaign to join NATO, and handed over documentation to make the move official on Thursday. I thought Sweden was neutral.
Well, maybe. I don't know about them either.
Okay. Then we have a bunch of domestic policy representatives. Jasmine Casares, who is 9-year-old sister Jackie, was killed at the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. Sean Fain, the head of United Automobile Workers, who endorsed Biden after he became the first president to join a picket line, will attend as guest of the First Lady. Yeah. NYPD officer, I don't know how to say this, I believe the Z is silent, Unksu Tion and Lieutenant Ben Kurian, who were attacked by migrants residing at a shelter near Times Square in January, will attend as guests of the House Speaker and New York Republican Nicole Maliotakis and Anthony D'Esposito. Betty Mae Fikes, a civil rights advocate who marched in Selma on Bloody Sunday in 1965, will be a guest of the First Lady. The State of the Union address coincides with the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. That was interesting. Cool. I didn't know that.
Of course.
Cameron Pupanu, a Hawaiian police officer whose Lahaina hometown was devastated by the August wildfires, including 4 of his immediate family members will be a guest of the First Lady. This one was funny to me. Rapper Fat Joe, who met with lawmakers last year to advocate for healthcare price transparency, will be a guest of Representative Nanette Berrigan, a California Democrat. President Liz Schuler, whose federation represents 60 affiliate unions and 12.5 million people, was invited by Congressional Labor Caucus co-chair Mark Pocan. Brandon Budlong, a Border Patrol agent and president of the National Border Patrol Council. New York Governor Kathy Hochul, which I thought this was hilarious, will be attending as guest of New York Representative Adrian Espalette to highlight Women's History. Y'all be doing too much with your last names. To highlight Women's History Month and state partnership with the federal government. Who cares? Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, a Republican, will also be in attendance and guest of the Tennessee Senator Bill Haggerty to highlight his disapproval of Biden's border policies. Well, at least somebody's going to disapprove of it. And then last but not least, Gabrielle Shipton, the brother of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, will attend as guest of Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey. And then there will be other people that were attending on behalf of the First Lady that we'll see as well.
Go ahead, Susu.
You know who wasn't invited?
Who's that?
I don't know who wasn't invited.
Military
Hold on,
members?
I got you.
Me, I wasn't invited. No, I'm tripping.
These people weren't invited. Not that they even can be invited, right? Because they died serving this country, but their families weren't invited.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay? There's 13 soldiers that lost their lives in Kabul due to his crappy pullout. There's an additional 3 soldiers that lost their lives due to a drone strike via Yemen. You have all these people there to advocate for social issues, which are going to win you votes, right? Because that's all they're about. But you don't have the people who actually matter.
No. And notice how no one that has been invited actually advocates for any policies that this president has actually passed. Not one. Not one guest has been invited for any international or policies that have been he's actually done. Not one. Here's my question to a lot of the liberals out there: if he's so good and what he's done has been so great, why he's not running on the record? Why are we using the same old tactics? Race, abortion, all these social issues. Why is no one there to say, man, Mr. President, your policies, man, was excellent, man. This is how I help my business.
Exactly. That's a great point.
Just saying.
Yeah. What is this? President's getting blocked from entering the State of the Union by protesters?
Yeah, I have the footage.
Oh my gosh.
Wants to see it.
Oh, I see it.
I actually posted it to my Instagram.
So Biden's motorcade is being blocked by Palestine protesters. Wow. Are you going to pull it up?
Yeah. I'll play the video. I don't know. Let me shut up now because I feel a little emotional. I'm going to refrain from showing my emotions and just have the conversation we're supposed to have tonight. But the clip is uploading and I'm going to play it so you guys can see it. But this is actively happening. I don't know if he got through. And he didn't invite all the immigrants he welcomed here in my country.
Right?
All fit in that building. There you go. But I'm going to roll the clip real quick. Here you go.
Okay.
We do not agree that the corporations get to have more rights than us and the people in Gaza. Shame! Criminal! When I say genocide, you say Joe! Genocide! Joe! Genocide! Joe! When I say genocide,
It's not crazy. Look at all these insurrectionists.
Yeah. This is an insurrection, right?
Yeah.
Insurrection.
This is a threat to democracy. They're blocking the president.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
That's what's happening.
That's crazy. So I guess that means we're starting late.
We're still waiting. Oh wait, Kamala Harris is happening. What she's introducing with the word salad.
Right now, she's introducing.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. She was
I'm
introducing somebody.
I'm watching the White House feed right now, and it's not even live.
Oh, I gotta. You gotta watch C-SPAN, girl. C-SPAN be having it a lot.
Okay. A lot.
We can turn it down until.
Yeah, Marlandon. So I did hear about the Laken Riley Act, and her parents were actually invited to attend as guests of the president and the first lady, and they declined. Right.
And why weren't they invited? Due to losing their daughter. Oh, they were.
No, they were. They declined.
Oh, well, good. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Big F you. Don't invite me to this.
Hey, quick question. Didn't Colorado have their primary already? Primaries?
Yes, they did, and Trump won.
Yes.
Did Lauren Boebert want to win hers or no?
I have no clue. I haven't paid attention to that woman since she got caught doing funny business at the movie theater.
Poor yeah, poor lady. I ain't gonna lie though, she kind of cute. I could give it to her. She kind of cute.
Oh Lord.
Ew.
I'll let you know.
The Chief Justice and Associate Justices.
You put it up a little bit.
Supreme Court.
Sure.
I'm surprised they're clapping for him. I thought they were compromising the court.
Who are the people wearing white?
Where's CP at?
There he is. They go sleepy.
No, I'm talking about Clarence. Where's Clarence Thomas at?
Oh, Clarence Thomas? I don't know. I don't know.
Why he not there?
What OG at? OG triple OG. Where you at?
He ain't there. That's what I want to see.
OG triple. triple.
Oh, looks like Biden got through it. The protesters, the insurrectionists let them through.
They got through. They did.
What up, Heather B? Pizza Hut.
I'm eating Pizza Hut. Hey, I'm having Subway.
Damn. Everybody eat good tonight. So wait, who are the people that are wearing white? Who are those people?
I'm not sure. I have no clue. Maybe they represent some sort of organization because they all have on different variations of
like a cream color. Ooh, Wingstop. Damn. What you got, Marlene? What kind of wings you got? What kind of seasoning you got? I need to live through your food experience.
Live vicariously through you.
Please describe. You got half and half. You got some lemon pepper. You got some buffalo. You got the Wingstop fries with everything on them.
How do you know this? What in the world?
These fries are bomb.
Ooh.
You know what Mike should do? He should just tear the speech up.
Yeah,
like
but struggle to do it because Nancy's old ass couldn't rip it up.
Yeah.
Tried to take it apart.
Heather knows. That's what I'm talking about. Wingstop fries with ranch, dude. Those are the bomb.
Sounds like diabetes waiting to happen.
Don't it though?
Original
Son,
hot
don't
wings.
it though?
Mhm. Wingstop has the
Clogged
best burgers.
arteries, anybody?
Here go your favorite. Bro, you guys want to hear about a funny story?
Go ahead.
What's that?
So, oh Lord, Sheila Jackson, I can't take her. I'm assuming because they're all black, it's got something to do with the Black Caucus.
Is it because it's the anniversary of the
Look at him. Look how he walking. Look how he walking.
He has dementia.
I mean, y'all. I mean, I'm trying to be nice, but man, this is elder. That's elderly Bruce, man. Come on, man. This is.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
This is gonna be entertaining, y'all. Have a good attitude.
How come I can't send a file? What's going on?
Yes.
Where's Marjorie? I need to see what Marjorie's wearing.
Please, I don't want to see the plastic surgery.
I'm over here. Did you hear her tell that reporter F off?
That's Keith Self, my dude. That's my dude, Keith Self, bro. That's my dude, my congressman right there, the one with the bald head. That's my congressman right there. He cool in the fan. Like, he cool in the
Keith
fan.
Self?
Keith Self is his name. Cool in the fan.
Look how old these folks look and aren't they that are running this country, man.
Come on, man. I did not know that
Hey.
Sotomayor was it Sotomayor? I believe that she's never been a judge, and she was never an attorney. She was just a professor at a Ivy League school.
Mm.
Why is he there?
Yeah, that was a major deal when Obama.
Why is he there? Oh my gosh. They invited him after they ousted him?
Who
is he?
That's the guy. What's his name, Liddell? The guy that spent all the money on the Gucci bags.
Yeah. Now I'll say this here. This is the stupidity of the Republicans.
Yes.
Okay. You expelled this dude.
Yeah.
You got your party in the Senate. The Senate right there. The Senate.
Right.
Gold bars. Stealing.
They replaced him with a Democrat. We should have kept him.
Trash. Dumb people.
Stupid.
But you know he's dressed and he's pumped full of Botox as usual.
I saw it. I was like, damn. Like, for real?
Oh wait, so my dad messaged me today,
Uh-huh.
and he says,
Why didn't he come on for the commentary?
"You know, listen,
I love John. Come on now.
I love my daddy too."
Hey, respect.
That's your daddy, man. That's
your
daddy.
pops.
That's your pops.
That's your dad.
You see how they gaslight? This is a
Dude,
definition
first
of
of all,
gaslighting right
John
here.
is a
dad.
No, listen, John may be a Democrat or full on liberal, but he's a cool ass dude. You can't take that away. All right.
That's your daddy.
Stop schmoozing for my father right now. Don't do that.
No, I like him, but I like him though. He's
Pops.
cool.
What it do, pops? What it do, baby?
Big John.
You actually allowed her to say I do the Chris Brown, my man. Okay,
Schmoozing.
I'll be sure. I'll be sure. Go tell her. So, hey, Susie, I got a question. Whenever y'all go to bed, does she sing Night and Day to you? Y'all go to bed?
No. No.
Who, her husband?
Yeah, because I call him I'll be sure.
Right. Yeah, because he looked like the album cover of Night and Day.
I remember that song.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you want
how I feel? Come on now.
But he hit me up and asked me about he said Mark Robinson is better than MLK, a bunch of question marks. Why would Trump feel comfortable saying this to African Americans and they accept it? How can you be okay with that? And I said, it's an opinion, Dad. I said, maybe he's more effective than MLK. And he said, how's he more effective? He's against one idea that his own wife performed on her, which is, I guess his wife had an abortion before. And I said, abortion is murder. And I said, Martin Luther King is dead and only got to push one message, which is judging someone by character, not color. Like,
come on, bro. Come on, dog.
Come on, Big John.
Come on, dog.
All right, Dominique. Okay, she says the women are wearing white or cream as a way to show their unity and commitment to defending women's rights. Damn.
Man, hold on.
Let me
I need to show up and wear black.
Let me go change my outfit real quick.
Hold on, player. How is
you got all white?
And how is killing babies women's rights?
I
Don't,
know.
That don't make no
don't blame
damn
me.
sense, man.
That
I
has
voted for the
nothing
mean
to
tweeter.
do.
No damn sense.
Matt Gates. I can't stand freaking Matt Gates.
I
There was
can't
Lauren
stand
Boebert,
him.
by the way. I
Where
can't
is he?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. She
He's
can't.
sitting
She
next to
can't
Matt.
fight. Oh, that dude right there, one smiling, pointing to the left. He's actually the face of what is it? Who was it? You would know this, Soonie. I guess the picture of people doing this here. When it comes to the army doing this here, that's
Uh-huh.
actually him. They actually made it after him.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
He was a Marine doctor. Cool. He cool the fan. God, they cool. He came out of Dallas, and I got it in with him a little bit.
Look at Barry Sanders, old self.
Bernie. You said Barry. Bernie.
I call him Barry. He don't look like no Bernie.
He talks like a Bernie.
Why he got face
He got,
doctor in his
I was
hand?
supposed to say, why the frick is he bringing a mask, bro? Like,
And he
when you gonna put it on? Because you this close to this woman. Y'all not even 6 feet apart.
and he took it off too. I just want to hear. Can we just have like mic'd up moment in the
I don't think so.
20.
Nah, it's just you don't even look like she want to be there.
Who is that?
Who?
That's Ketanji Brown.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
Lord.
Auntie Maxine Waters.
Oh, it's James Brown stunt double. Watch me.
How she do it? Kim Peach 45. Kim Peach 45. Julius, you have the link. My guy, if you want to hop up here.
Yeah, because hop up with Julius, man, because in about 10 minutes, I'm going to log down and get it in on these numbers. It's going to be tight.
Damn, it's coming down. You get hit with hail over there today, Liddell?
Water. Oh, yeah, there was something. Not hail. No, just this
Oh.
heavy.
We got hit with hail over here. It's coming down right now.
Let me call him. He taking too long to answer to my text.
Is he coming?
I'm gonna get him on here. I'm gonna be like that.
What up with your pops? What it do, baby? It's your partner, man. Hey, man, go on, give me a little something here, baby.
Who's that guy?
Hey,
Hey, follow somewhere in the middle.
Might be at work.
Yeah, your pops, man. Man, you know you love your daddy. I love my daddy.
You
What's
just got
wrong with
struck
you?
by lightning? What?
You would not be talking, sir.
Cause she called her daddy.
Julian said, I just got home. I'm going to finish my song and edit my street interview I just did. Okay.
Yeah, he did a street interview. That's pretty cool.
Did he? I like
We need a bingo card. I mean, if you guys want a bingo card, take a shot every time he stutters and fumbles over a word.
I know. That's the only fun way to play it.
Oh.
It's a drinking game.
He said he's teaching his class right now, so my dad won't be joining us. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
State of the Union 2024 bingo card.
Can I get
Oh God.
Dang.
First gentleman. The fuck do you call him?
That's what he called him first.
Sir?
The first gentleman, and I'm like, this is y'all. This real? Yeah, this real.
Okay.
Like
The first time Kamala cackles, everybody take a shot.
Look at her, boy. Look at her. Look at her.
She actually looks like decent right now. Usually she looks kind of messy, but she kind of looks good, right? She got a nice little press, a good
look at
makeup.
his eyes, bro. These people do not look human.
He got some big old ears. He could hear everything. But God dang.
Who is this? Oh, Jill Biden. We don't care about her.
There's Kamala's husband, the prisoner. Look at Doug.
Why are they clapping for her? Like she's done nothing.
I know. She's
Just
done-
married to the president, bro. It's not that big of a deal.
That's normal. What they
She's
did.
offering him up as a sacrifice, and they're clapping for him or for her.
Man, I hope he does not fall.
All right, here we go.
Mr. Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
Horrible cabinet, man.
They're
Boo.
terrible. They're horrid.
Boo. Lloyd Austin is the worst Secretary of Defense I have ever experienced. Boo.
The doctor is in the house. I didn't know doctor. She's an elementary school teacher.
Boo. Janet Yellen. Boo. Why do I know who all these people are?
I don't know.
Damn. Because in government, you get promoted for failing.
Right.
I should have brought some.
I guess
snacks.
it's a good thing. I know who these people are. Shout out to me, man. I'm informed on who the president's cabinet is. There's the education lady. Forget her name. Pete Booty Gang.
Stupid.
Guys, we're gonna get into the exit polls at some point in the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Be prepared for
We
that.
will be doing some commentary afterwards.
Yes.
So Soonie, right now, I actually have playing in my ears right now. The General.
Oh,
You know his name.
Wait a minute. Tell the people what you admitted, though. Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
What?
What are we talking about? Concerning
What did you say?
Usher
What did you
and
say about
Chris
Tank?
Brown?
Chris
What did you
Brown,
say
what
about
did
Tank?
you say?
Chris Brown
What
and
did you
Usher?
say about Chris
Oh,
Brown and Usher? Yeah.
I said Chris Brown is better than Usher.
Oh.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No.
Hmm?
No.
And actually have a song to actually prove it.
No. What is
that
it?
They both transparency. They both sang
I
it.
mean, listen. Oh gosh.
I have evidence. They both
you're
sang
biased.
the song. They both sung the song, and I let my wife listen to it as well, and my daughter listened to it because she's music inclined. She's like, "Oh, Chris Brown all day long, easy."
I don't know.
What's fair? Mo's gonna be biased. It's okay.
I'm gonna be biased.
Now, again, that does not don't get it twisted. I think that Usher is the greatest of all time for this generation. Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's some songs that I
artist to
think Chris
artist?
Brown does. Oh, I don't know about that.
Artist to artist.
You don't listen to enough Chris Brown. We can't trust your judgment on
I
that.
like old Chris Brown more than I like new Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah, you tripping. You're tripping.
Oh, summer too
New Chris
hot.
Brown is way better than old.
Oh my God!
I know, but I'm an old school. Listen, don't even talk to me.
Indigo.
Okay.
Good Lord, you
11-11. Chris
Yeah,
Brown,
talk about-
self-titled. What?
Yeah, talk about anxiety.
Crazy?
You tripping?
Crazy is that's my
You
favorite album.
tripping?
Heartbreak
Okay.
on a Full Moon.
Wait,
Like, you don't want
so-
to talk about Chris Brown.
But listen, so I need to tell you guys because we need to watch this, guys. So Representative Brian Mast from Florida has stated that if Biden lies, he's going to stand up. He's not just going to sit there and cheer him on. Okay.
Who said this?
Brian Mast,
I
Representative.
hope
from
the
Florida.
police let the insurrectionists in so they can shout free Gaza.
And guys, to be honest with you, I think they're going to run Biden. I think they're run all the way through.
Mm. Even
I
though
mean,
he was
it's
mentally
sad.
unfit to stand trial, he's
It's-
he's
The
fit to
reason
run
why
the-
is because the liberal bent, they vote. It's party over everything.
yeah. I think something's going to
Whatever.
happen. They're going to run him, and then something's
Man.
going to happen.
It could be if he's still there by the convention and he's speaking and he accepts it. I'm like I know what the plan is.
Oh.
They got like 8, 9, 10 different plans. Easy. I'm sorry. She fine. I'm sorry. She bad. I am sorry.
She looked dark. I didn't even recognize her.
She's stunning. I'm sorry. She's stunning.
She all right, Liddell.
I'm sorry. Her Beth Van Dyne is tight. She tight too.
No, she's not.
Just Beth Van Dyne?
From Dallas, right? No.
Yes. Oh, you tripping.
I know her personally, and I've seen her up close. No, thank you.
Well, from what I've seen her on the West Call it, she's not an ugly woman. She's not. Now she ain't my bride. Don't get it twisted. My bride is tight as tight. Don't get it twisted. She the greatest of all time. Don't get
Yeah,
it
she
twisted.
got a fake leg. Nah, man.
Who? Talk about my bride? What are you talking about?
Beth.
Oh, I finna say, hold on, watch your tone.
No. I wouldn't talk about your wife. I'm talking about Beth.
No.
Beth Peggy.
No, I think Beth is she didn't put that much makeup on. I mean, from what I can see, this is for me on TV and social media. She's not an ugly woman. She's not.
Yakini, Michelle Obama's office announced the opposite, that she's not running. I didn't hear that they announced that she's running.
No, she's not. No, it says she's not running yet at all.
Yeah. I think you misread the headline.
What people don't understand is what's her name? Michelle Obama does not like politics. She likes to be behind the scenes. She's a very quiet lady.
Right, but we're pretending that
She was
we're
complaining from
pretending that
Martha's
whoever's going to be there is actually the one in charge. Oh God!
There you go.
Joe.
Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Who was that walking in front of him?
That one, yeah. Like his handler. That might be his nursing home.
His nursing home nurse.
Yeah, they got him pumped. They got him pumped up with some drug. They had him pumped up.
He looks so lost, man. Look at him.
He does.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Blake
can't
and
lose
Riley.
to
Oh, okay, never mind.
Come on, man.
That probably is his nurse, Soonie.
Come on, man.
I think it is true.
Look how she's kind of guiding him. She got her little hand out.
She do got a handout?
Guys, let's
No,
find out who this
looks
woman
like,
is.
It looks like she's walking him
Papa,
down.
who this woman? I'm about to record her.
Biden's like, who the hell are you?
He's looking at everybody. Papa, who this woman? Who is her? Who is this lady
Why
got
is
in
she?
United States of America?
The bureau that's in the comments, y'all need to do your due diligence right now and find out who this lady is. Take a screenshot, throw it into Google Images, and figure it out.
Look at Chuck Schumer. Look at him. Look at him.
He is so lost.
Poor guy.
He looks really confused.
Feel sorry for this man.
They call them nurses' aid.
Look at him.
There's old Marjorie.
She got a hat on, boy. 20. Look at her, boy. Got a hat on.
Yeah.
By the soul of the nation.
This is too much for him to handle.
Look at him.
Chuck Schumer.
Bless you, sir.
I agree, Alicia. This really is elder abuse.
Come on, man.
I can't even really make fun of this because he looks very overwhelmed. Actually, Alicia, I was gonna say his skin looks tight, like he got a little injection.
What you say?
She said his skin looks bad, but his skin looks really tight, almost like they gave him a little injection.
Did you hear what Marjorie Green just did?
No, what'd she do?
She gave him a pen that said, "Say her name." Talk about the lady that got beat up in Georgia by the League of Immigrants. She said, "Say her name," and he gave her the pen.
And he took
Gave her
it
the
with a
pen.
smile.
And he took it. He took it and just turned.
I don't know who the fuck. He He don't know who he talking to. East Pan is about 4 minutes behind ABC. I mean, people wanting us to switch.
Oh Lord, here we
It's
go.
live.
Oh,
Oh, awkward.
come on, man. This is man.
Look at
This
his
man.
nurse
This.
is like, can we hurry up?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to figure
I
out.
know she
No,
ain't a secret agent. She's not.
what? No, I don't think she's his nurse. I think that every person has someone walking with them. I haven't seen, and maybe that close. I don't think I've seen someone that close. I don't know.
Never seen this woman before.
It's
Who's
just
that?
the way she's looking back at him, right? Like instead of just walking forward slowly, obviously, you know, like he's behind her, she's almost like watching him.
Maybe. Oh,
Like,
oh.
damn.
Back in the day, a brother carried.
Oh my god. Enough already. Get to the podium.
Switch feeds. Somebody said we're 4 minutes behind. Do you want to switch feeds?
Yeah, if you want.
Are you cool with this? 4 more years. They're not.
Come on, man.
Lord. Yeah,
Come
she
on, man.
It's them all in the mouth.
They are trying really hard.
今年
that
は
was
僕から
Hello, Cupid.
Woman to sit on the Supreme Court, his nominee, and that was a part of his promise to black voters that he would place.
I like this because there's no commentary but ours.
yeah, we don't want to deal with the commentary.
Well, guys, I'm going to step away. I got to get ready for my show real quickly.
Okay.
If y'all still up, if you guys step up, I'll come up again. So we can talk all about it. But this is Elder Labor. So I feel this is man.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Have a good show.
All right, y'all. All right, now peace.
And why does she get to be up there?
Paula?
Nancy, sit down, Nance.
Oh.
Sit down.
Can't help it.
Look at all the trannies, the military, like the trannies. Ugh. I don't see his nurse with him anymore.
You can go by yourself the rest of the way, all right? You got this.
I just wish I knew what he was saying and what they're saying to him. Oh, there's the nursey. She's there. Is that Clarence Thomas?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? No, that's not.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like him from the back, but
That's
I couldn't tell
Warnock.
from the front. Oh no! Wait. Oh Lord.
He probably. I wouldn't bet. He probably didn't show up tonight. He didn't put it past anybody.
Good for him. Who'd he salute? Can you put it up a little bit more? Or is that as high as it goes?
Thank you.
This is as high as it goes.
It's really low. Maybe it's just me.
Good evening. Good evening. If I were smart, I'd go home now. Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans. In January 1941, Franklin Roosevelt came to this chamber to speak to the nation, and he said, I address you at a moment, the Union. Hitler was on the march. War was raging in Europe. President Roosevelt's purpose was to wake up Congress and alert the American people that this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, it's we who face unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress.
What is that?
And alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. But
What is all that side noise? I can't hear anything now. Are you talking, Soonie?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. You were on mute.
he will not.
We heard machine guns and shit. Soonie over there playing Call of Duty.
Was not.
Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons that needs to defend itself.
Sit down, Kamala. That's the guy that said he's going to call him out. I think. No, maybe not.
That is all.
All the feeds
That
are
is
this
all
low, yo.
Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers in war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way. But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. It wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Now my predecessor, I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
Better.
Yeah.
America is a founding member of NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever. We welcomed Finland to the alliance last year.
You better not say.
Just this morning, Sweden officially joined, and their minister is here tonight. Can they stand up? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
That's Minister Ulf Kristersson.
And they know how to fight. Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest military alliance the world has ever seen. I say this to Congress.
Why is he yelling? Look at his face.
A bipartisan national security bill. History is literally watching. History is watching. If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm. My message to
Agree.
President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away. We will not bow down. I will not bow down. In a literal sense, history is watching. History is watching. Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th.
How does history watch?
Insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy. Many of you are here on that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election.
Can you address the issues in our country?
Right. Threat to U.S. democracy.
We don't care about your bias.
But they failed. America
This
stood.
is actually embarrassing.
He looks like his face.
America stood strong and democracy prevailed. We must be honest. The threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
Well, he has whatever. You know what? Oh my God. Sit down. There's nothing to clap about.
As the people that refer to us American citizens as deplorables. I put my hat on. I'm going to be petty tonight.
Okay.
Ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy. Remember your oath of office to defend against all threats, foreign and domestic. Respect free and fair elections, restore trust in our institutions, and make clear political violence has absolutely no place in America, zero place. Again, it's not hyperbole to suggest history is watching. We're watching. Your children and grandchildren will read about this day and what we do. History is watching another assault on freedom. Joining us tonight is Latoya Beasley, a social worker from Birmingham, Alabama. 14 months ago, she and her husband welcomed a baby girl thanks to the miracle of IVF. She scheduled treatments to have that second child.
What was that? Hooping and hollering.
Shut down IVF treatments across the state, unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. She was told her dream would have to wait. What her family had got through should never have happened unless Congress acts.
An address of how bad.
Let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer.
You should send Caleb the link.
Guarantee the right to ABF.
Caleb, bro, if you want to come on, send me a message on IG.
Why?
Celebrate her for what?
Is that her right there?
Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader defending reproductive freedom.
He's defended anything.
Send Caleb the link.
Thank you. My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it. Look at the chaos that has resulted. Joining us tonight is Kate Cox, the wife and mother from Dallas. She's become pregnant again and had a fetus with a fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the future were at
There's a
risk.
stutter.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Because Texas law banned her ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the
She's
state
like,
to get
fuck,
what
he's
she
going
needed.
downhill.
What her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others. There are state laws banning the freedom to choose. criminalizing doctors, forcing survivors of rape and incest to leave their states to get the treatment they need. Many of you in this chamber, my predecessors, are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away?
Maria Shriver.
Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court already wrote the following. And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you were right about that.
What?
He's not saying anything. What are they clapping for?
I don't understand. Exactly. I don't understand what he's trying to say.
He's talking about nothing but social issues, y'all. Has nothing to do with the economy, education.
Those
taxes.
bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
What'd your poll say differently, buddy?
If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again. Folks,
Look at Sotomayor. She's like,
America cannot go back. I'm here tonight to show what I believe is the way forward, because I know how far we come. 4 years ago next week, before I came to office, the country was hit by the worst pandemic and the worst economic crisis in a century. Remember the fear, record losses? Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus that took more than 1 million American lives?
are we really talking about this?
Millions left behind. A mental health crisis of isolation and loneliness. A president, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
I came to office determined to get us through one of the
Sooni's
toughest
posting this, not him.
periods in the nation's history. We have. It doesn't make news, but news in 1,000 cities and towns. The American people are writing the greatest comeback story never told. So let's tell the story here. Tell it here and now. America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down, investing in all America, in all Americans, to make sure everyone has a fair shot. We leave no one behind. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccines that saved us from COVID are now being used to beat cancer, turning setback into comeback. That's what America does. That's what America does.
This is embarrassing.
Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record, a record. Unemployment at 50-year lows. Record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, and we will.
No.
More people have health insurance today.
See, I'm going to need a PowerPoint with proof of all these claims.
The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up. Inflation keeps coming down. Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world, and tending lower. The landing is and will be soft. And now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, We're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Right here in America, where they belong.
No, we're not. I called Sam's Club the other day and I got freaking Dubai Indian
Indian
person.
The American people are beginning to feel it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring. Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats well in the past, failed to buy American. Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers.
Yeah, fuck your watch, Joe.
Lies. Lies and more lies.
Good paying American jobs. And thanks to our CHIPS and Science Act, the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before. During the pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles. And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America. Well, instead of having to import them, private companies are now investing billions of dollars to build new chip factories here in America, creating tens of thousands of jobs. Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree. In fact, my policies have attracted $650 billion in private sector investment in clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America. And thanks to our bipartisan infrastructure law, 46,000 new projects have been announced all across your communities. And by the way, I noticed some of you strongly voted against it, or they're cheering on that money coming in. I like it. I'm with you. I'm with you. And if any of you don't want that money in your district, just let me know. Modernize our roads and bridges, ports and airports, public transit systems. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. Providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where you live, urban, suburban, or rural communities, in red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in the family farms, because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know, we're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. It's transformative. The great comeback story is Belvedere, Illinois, home to an auto plant for nearly 60 years. Before I came to office, the plant was on its way to shutting down. Thousands of workers feared for their livelihoods. Hope was fading. Then I was elected to office and we raised the Belvedere repeatedly with auto companies knowing unions would make all the difference. The UAW worked like hell to keep the plant open and get these jobs back, and together we succeeded. Instead of auto factories shutting down, auto factories reopening, a new state-of-the-art battery factories being built to power those cars there at the same. The folks of Belvedere, I say, instead of your town being left behind, your community is moving forward again. Because instead of watching auto jobs in the future go overseas, 4,000 union jobs with higher wages are building the future in Belvedere right here in America. Here tonight is UAW President Shawn Fain, a great friend and a great labor leader. Shawn, where are you? Stand up. And Dawn Sims, a third-generation worker, UAW worker at Belvedere. Sean, I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line. And today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class.
Unions built the middle class.
I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up. We keep going. That's America.
What is he yelling?
This is what he does
That's
to
you,
sound
the
relevant.
American people. It's because of you America's coming back. It's because of you our future is bright. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger. Tonight, I want to talk about the future of possibilities that we can build together. A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over and the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the United States combined. And I represented it for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation, but I grew up in a home where trickle-down economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen table. That's why I determined to turn things around so middle class does well. When they do well, the poor go way up and the wealthy still do very well. We all do well. And there's more to do to make sure you're feeling the benefits of all we're doing. Americans pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere in the world. It's wrong.
It's your fault.
And I'm ending it.
You started it. What are you talking about? How are these people clapping?
For the law that I proposed and
They
signed,
all make money off
not
this
one
shit.
of you Republican buddies voted for it. We finally beat Big Pharma. Instead of paying $400 a month or thereabouts for insulin with diabetes, and it only costs $10 to make, they only get paid $35 a month now and still make a healthy profit.
You literally cut. I'm gonna pull a screenshot up.
But what to do next? I want to cap the cost of insulin $35 a month for every American who needs it. Everyone. For years, people have talked about it, but finally we got it done and gave Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs, just like the VA is able to do for veterans. That's not just saving seniors money.
Right?
Saving taxpayers money.
That's what I'm talking about.
They cut the federal deficit by $160 billion. Because Medicare
Another fact
will
check.
no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. This year, Medicare is negotiating lower prices for some of the costliest drugs on the market to treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. It's now time to go further and give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices for 500 different drugs over the decade. We're making a lot of money, guys. And they'll still be extremely profitable. Will not only save lives, it will save taxpayers another $200 billion.
It's a Democrat strategy, Kim.
Starting next year, the same law caps total prescription drug costs for seniors on Medicare at $2,000 a year, even for expensive cancer drugs that cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. I want to cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 a year for everyone.
People can't even afford groceries, Joe. Touch fucking grass.
Blueberries are $9. Cilantro's $13.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but if you want to get an Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, excuse me, and well, even Moscow, probably. And bring your prescription with you, and I promise you I'll get it for you for 40% the cost you're paying now. Same company, same drug, same place. Folks,
What?
the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, it's still a very big deal.
He's taking on Trump's strategy, bro.
This is bad. This is probably worse than I thought it was going to be.
Over 100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. Well, my predecessor, and many in this chamber, want to take this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen. We stopped you 50 times before, and we'll stop you again. In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it. They enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce healthcare costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent. To state the obvious, women are more than half our population, but research on women's health has always been underfunded. That's why we're launching the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, led by Jill, doing an incredible job as First Lady.
Ladies, this is no different than them studying reparations. Just want you to know that.
They passed my plan for $12 billion to transfer women's health research and benefit millions of lives all across America.
What's up, Caleb?
I know the cost of housing is so important to you. Inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come down as well, and the Fed acknowledges that. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down, to put toward their mortgages when they buy their first home or trade up for a little more space. Just for 2 years. And my administration is also eliminating title insurance on federally backed mortgages. When you refinance your home, you can save $1,000 or more as a consequence. For millions of renters, we're cracking down on big landlords who use antitrust law, who break antitrust laws by price fixing and driving up rents. We've cut red tape so builders can get federally financing, which is already helping build a record 1.7 million new housing units nationwide. Now pass and build and renovate 2 million affordable homes and bring those rents down.
Hurry up, bro. I want to dispel half the crap he's saying. Just please hurry up.
I like when you do it in real
Remain the
time.
strongest economy in the world. We need to have the best education system in the world. And I suspect all of you, want to give every child, a good start by providing access to preschool for 3 and 4 years old. You know, I think I pointed out last year that children coming from broken homes where there's no books, they're not read to, not spoken to very often, start school, kindergarten, or first grade, having heard 1 million fewer words spoken. Well, studies show that children who go to preschool are nearly 50% more likely to finish high school, go on to earn a 2- and 4-year degree, no matter what their background is.
Bullshit.
I met a year and a half ago with the leaders of the Business Roundtable. They were mad that they were angry. I think, well, they were discussing why I wanted to spend money on education. I pointed out to them as vice president, I met with over 182 of those folks. Don't hold me to the exact number. And I asked them what they need most, the CEOs. And you've had the same experience on both sides of the aisle. They say a better educated workforce, right? So I looked at them and I say, I come from Delaware. DuPont used to be the 8th largest corporation in the world. And every new enterprise they bought, they educated the workforce to that enterprise. But none of you do that anymore. Why are you angry with me providing you the opportunity for the best educated workforce in the world? And they all looked at me and said, I think you're right. I want to expand high quality tutoring and summer learning to see that every child learns to read by 3rd grade.
How about fucking kindergarten? Like, what are you talking about? By 3rd grade?
I'm also connecting local businesses and high schools so students get hands-on experience and a path to good paying job, whether or not they go to college. And I want to make sure the college is more affordable. Let's continue increasing the Pell Grants to working and middle-class families and increase record investments in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions, including Hispanic institutions. When I was told I couldn't universally just change the way in which
Not one word about trade school.
I fixed 2 student loan programs
Right.
that already existed to reduce the burden of student debt for nearly 4 million Americans, including nurses, firefighters, and others in public service. Like Keenan Jones, a public educator from Minnesota, who's here with us tonight. Keenan, where are you? Keenan, thank you. He's educated hundreds of students so they can go to college. Now he's able to help, after debt forgiveness, get his own daughter to college. And folks, look, such relief is good for the economy because folks are now able to buy a home, start a business, start a family. While we're at it, I want to give public school teachers a raise.
How are you going to do it, though?
Right.
By the way, the first couple of years, we cut the deficit. Now, let me speak to the question of fundamental fairness for all Americans. I've been delivering real results in fiscally responsible ways. We've already cut the federal deficit. We've already cut the federal deficit over $1 trillion. I signed the bipartisan deal to cut another $1 trillion in the next decade. It's my goal to cut the federal deficit another $3 trillion by making big corporations and very wealthy finally beginning to pay their fair share. Look, I'm a capitalist. If you want to make or can make $1 million or millions of bucks, that's great. Just pay your fair share in taxes.
Pay their fair share. What is that?
A fair tax code is how we invest things to make this country great. Healthcare, education, defense, and so much more. But here's the deal. The last administration enacted a $2 trillion tax cut, overwhelmingly benefit the top 1%, the very wealthy, the biggest corporations, and exploded the federal deficit. They added more to the national debt than any presidential term in American history. Check the numbers. Folks at home, does anybody really think the tax code is fair? Do you really think the wealthy and big corporations need another $2 trillion tax break? I sure don't. I'm going to keep fighting like hell to make it fair. Under my plan, nobody earning less than $400,000 a year will pay an additional penny in federal taxes. Nobody now.
You already lied about that.
And they haven't yet. In fact, the child tax credit I passed pandemic cut taxes for millions of working families and cut child poverty in half. Restore that child tax credit. No child should go hungry in this country. The way to make the tax code fair is to make big corporations and the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Remember in 2020, 55 of the biggest companies in America made $40 billion and paid zero in federal income tax. Zero. Not anymore. Thanks to the law I wrote and we signed, big companies have to pay a minimum of 15%. But that's still less than working people pay in federal taxes. It's time to raise corporate minimum tax to at least 21%. So every big corporation finally begins to pay their fair share. I also want to end tax breaks for big pharma, big oil, private jets, massive executive pay when it's only supposed to be $1 million.
Women's reproductive rights, Matthew.
They can pay them $20 million if they want, but deduct $1 million. End it now. You know, there are 1,000 billionaires in America. You know what the average federal tax is for those billionaires? No. They're making great sacrifices, 8.2%. That's far less than the vast majority of Americans pay. No billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse. I propose a minimum tax for billionaires at 25%, just 25%. You know what that would raise? That would raise $500 billion over the next 10 years. And imagine what that could do for America. Imagine a future with affordable child care. Millions of families can get they need to go to work to help grow the economy. Imagine a future with paid leave, because no one should have to choose between working and taking care of their sick family member. Imagine the future of home care and elder care, and people living with disabilities so they can stay in their homes and family caregivers can finally get the pay they deserve. Tonight, let's all agree once again to stand up for seniors. Many of my friends on the other side of the aisle want to put Social Security on the chopping block. If anyone here tries to cut Social Security or Medicare or raise the retirement age, I will stop you.
There's the whisper.
The working people who built this country pay more into Social Security than millionaires and billionaires do. It's not fair. We have two ways to go. Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal. Oh no, you guys don't want another $2 trillion tax cut? I kind of thought that's what your plan was. Well, that's good to hear. You're not going to cut another $2 trillion for the super wealthy. That's good to hear. I'll protect and strengthen Social Security and make the wealthy pay their fair share. Look, too many corporations raise prices to pad their profits, charging more and more for less and less. That's why we're cracking down on corporations engaged in price gouging and deceptive pricing, from food to healthcare to housing. In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer, same size bag, put fewer chips in it. No, I'm not joking.
Here's that
it's called shrinkflation. Pass Bobby Casey's bill and stop this. I really mean it.
That kind of defeats the whole nutrition initiative, huh?
Right? Exactly. Fill the chips up more.
You probably all saw that commercial on Snickers bars. You get.
Are we really talking about this at the State of the Union?
10% fewer Snickers in it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm also getting rid of junk fees. Those hidden fees at the end of your bill, they're there without your knowledge. My administration announced we're cutting credit card late fees from $32 to $8.
Oh, well, that's nice because everybody's got to live off credit cards now because
banks and credit card companies are allowed to charge what it costs them to instigate the collection.
Shot.
And that's more a hell of a lot, like $8 and 30 some dollars. They don't like it. Credit card companies don't like it. But I'm saving American families $20 billion a year with all the junk fees I'm eliminating. Folks at home, that's why the banks are so mad. It's $20 billion in profit. I'm not stopping there. My administration has proposed rules to make cable, travel, utilities, and online ticket sellers tell you the total price up front so there are no surprises. It matters. It matters. And so does this. In November, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges to help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now. What are you against? 100 more high-tech drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America. That's killing thousands of children.
Your fault.
This bill
When
will
your
save
borders are
lives.
wide open,
Right.
I'm in order to the border.
stop fentanyl.
It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming. The
Now,
Border Patrol
all
unions
your
endorsed
fault.
This bill.
right.
The Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low. Look at the facts. I know.
Facts? Do we need to pull up the
know you
border?
know how to
Okay, let's
read.
pull up.
Facts. Pull up the facts. The
I
smile.
believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics derailed this bill so far.
This speech you're going to do him
I'm
in.
told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really.
I'd be a winner, not really. Uh-oh.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Uh-oh.
That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say,
Look at Mike Johnson.
my heart
He told
goes
him
out
simmer
to you, having
down.
lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country,
I
it's
can't
6
believe
to 8 years
what I'm
before
hearing.
they have a hearing.
We're
And it's worth
incentivizing
taking the chance of the
people
$8,000.
breaking federal law.
Right.
But if it's only 6
I
months,
can't believe
6
what I'm
weeks,
hearing.
the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way, knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends owe it to the American people, get this bill done. We need to act now.
The only people standing up are those people.
Talking about arresting
And if my
immigrants,
predecessor is watching.
migrants. I'm sorry.
Instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together. But that's what he apparently here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country. I will not separate families. I will not ban people because of their faith.
Cough was on the bingo card.
Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers. And so much more. But unlike my predecessor, I know who we are as Americans. We're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans whose ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of every place, from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland. Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere, but we're all Americans.
Even us MAGA ones? Even the ones you called insurrectionists?
Mm-hmm.
About us.
Look, folks, we have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it.
Are you
I'm ready to fix it.
Is this, are we getting
Send
punked?
me the border bill now.
What?
A transformational
Y'all are a
moment
lie.
in history happened 59 years ago today in Selma, Alabama. Hundreds of foot soldiers for justice marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, named after the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, to claim their fundamental right to vote. They were beaten, they were bloody, and left for dead. Our late friend and former colleague, John Lewis, was on that march. We miss him. But joining us tonight are other marchers, both in the gallery and on the floor, including Betty Mae Fikes, known as the voice of Selma, the daughter of gospel singers and preachers. She sang songs of prayer and protest on that bloody Sunday to help shake the nation's conscience. 5 months later, the Voting Rights Act passed and was signed into law. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But 59 years later, there are forces taking us back in time. Voter suppression, election subversion, unlimited dark money, extreme gerrymandering. John Lewis is a great friend to many of us here. But if you truly want to honor him and all the heroes who marched with him, then it's time to do more than talk. Pass the Freedom to Vote Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. And stop denying another core value of America, our diversity across American life. Banning books, it's wrong. Instead of erasing history, let's make history. I want to protect fundamental rights. Pass the Equality Act. And my message to transgender
We already have the
Americans,
Respect for Marriage Act. What do we need the
I have
Equality
your
Act
back.
for?
Mm-hmm.
Pass the PRO Act for workers' rights. Raise the federal minimum wage because every worker has a right to a decent living more than $7 an hour. We're also making history by confronting the climate crisis, not denying it. I don't think any of you think there's no longer a climate crisis. At least I hope you don't. I'm taking the most significant action ever on climate in the history of the world. I'm cutting our carbon emissions in half by 2030, creating tens of thousands of clean energy jobs, like the IBW workers building and installing 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations. Conserving 30% of America's lands and waters by 2030. And taking action on environmental justice fence line communities smothered by the legacy of pollution. And pattern after the Peace Corps and AmeriCorps, I launched the Climate Corps to put 20,000 young people to work in the forefront of our clean energy future. I'll triple that number in a decade. To state the obvious, all Americans deserve the freedom to be safe. And America is safer today than when I took office. Year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up.
What was that?
The biggest increase in history. It was then.
What is he screaming?
Through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I'm mad at, we made the largest investment in public safety ever. Last year, the murder rate saw the sharpest decrease in history. Violent crime fell to one of its lowest levels in more than 50 years. But we have more to do. We have to help cities invest in more community police officers, more mental health workers, more community violence intervention. Give communities the tool to crack down on gun crime, retail crime, and carjacking.
Pew pews.
Keep building trust, as I've been doing by taking executive action on police reform and calling for it to be the law of the land. Directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of marijuana and expunging thousands of convictions for the mere possession, because no one should be jailed for simply using.
But you're running me incarcerated.
Take on crimes of domestic violence. I'm ramping up the federal enforcement of the Violence Against Women Act that I proudly wrote when I was a senator. So we can finally end the scourge against women in America.
What scourge?
There are other kinds of violence I want to stop.
We're back in the 1700s.
With us tonight is Jasmine, whose 9-year-old sister Jackie was murdered with 21 classmates and teachers in an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Very soon after that happened, Jill and I went to Uvalde for a couple of days. We spent hours and hours with each of the families. We heard their message, so everyone in this room, in this chamber, could hear the same message. We constantly trained, and I was there for hours with every family. They said, do something.
Push ridiculous,
do
unconstitutional legislation.
Well, I did do something by establishing the first ever Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House. The Vice President is leading the charge. Thank you for doing it. Meanwhile,
this is crazy, bro.
Meanwhile, my predecessor told the NRA he's proud he did nothing on guns when he was president. After another shooting in Iowa recently, he said, when asked what to do about it, he said, just get over it.
He's whispering.
There's his quote, just get over it. I say, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
This is.
I keep putting this up.
I'm proud we beat the NRA when I signed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years because of this Congress. We now must beat the NRA again. I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks.
What? That doesn't stop crime. That doesn't stop criminals.
None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners.
Yeah, it does. You're putting a ban on it.
You know, as we manage challenges at home, we're also managing crises abroad, including in the Middle East.
Oh.
I know the last 5 months have been gut-wrenching for so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence.
Sexual
The deadliest
violence.
day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust, and 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we bring every one of your loved ones home. We also we will also work around the clock to bring home Evan and Paul, Americans being unjustly detained by the Russians and others around the world. Israel has the right to go after Hamas. Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th. But Israel has Israel has an added burden because Hamas hides and operates among the civilian population like cowards under hospitals, daycare centers, and all the like. Israel also has a fundamental responsibility, though, to protect innocent civilians in Gaza. This war has taken a greater toll on innocent civilians than all previous wars in Gaza combined. More than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, most of whom are not Hamas. Thousands and thousands of innocents, women and children, girls and boys, also orphaned. Nearly 2 million more Palestinians under bombardment or displacement. Homes destroyed, neighborhoods in rubble, cities in ruin, families without food, water, medicine. It's heartbreaking. I've been working nonstop to establish an immediate ceasefire that would last for 6 weeks to get all the prisoners released, all the hostages released, to get the hostages home and ease the intolerable and humanitarian crisis and build toward an enduring, something more enduring. The United States has been leading international efforts to get more humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Tonight, I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza that can receive large shipments carrying food, water, medicine, and temporary shelters. No U.S. boots will be on the ground. A temporary pier will enable a massive increase in the amount of humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza every day.
You better stop clapping, Mike.
And Israel must do its part. Israel must allow more aid into Gaza to ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. They're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. For the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority. As we look to the future, the only real solution to the situation is a two-state solution over time. And I say this as a lifelong supporter of Israel. My entire career, no one has a stronger record with Israel than I do. I challenge any of you here. I'm the only American president to visit Israel in wartime. But there is no other path that guarantees Israel's security and democracy. There is no other path that guarantees Palestinians can live in peace with peace and dignity. There's no other path that guarantees peace between Israel and all of its neighbors, including Saudi Arabia, with whom I'm talking. Creating stability in the Middle East also means containing the threat posed by Iran. That's why I built a coalition of more than a dozen countries to defend international shipping and freedom of navigation in the Red Sea. I've ordered strikes to degrade the Houthi capability and defend U.S. forces in the region. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and our military personnel. For years, I've heard many of my Republican and Democratic friends say that China is on the rise and America's falling behind. They've got it backwards. I've been saying it for over 4 years, even when I wasn't president. America's rising. We have the best economy in the world. And since I've come to office, our GDP is up, our trade deficit with China is down to the lowest point in over a decade. And we're standing up against China's unfair economic practices. We're standing up for peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits. I've revitalized our partnership and alliance in the Pacific. India, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Pacific Islands. I've made sure that the most advanced American technologies can't be used in China, not allowing to trade them there. Frankly, for all this tough talk on China, it never occurred to my predecessor to do any of that. I want competition with China, not conflict. And we're in a stronger position to win the conflict of the 21st century against China than anyone else, for that matter, than any time as well.
Pass some of the strongest
Here
tariffs.
at home,
Pass some of the strongest
I've
tariffs.
signed over 400 bipartisan
Any other U.S.
bills.
president.
Right.
More past my unity agenda. Strengthen penalties on fentanyl trafficking. I don't want to do that, huh? Pass bipartisan privacy legislation to protect our children online. Harness the promise of AI to protect us from peril.
What?
Ban AI voice impersonations and more.
Whoa!
Keep our truly sacred obligation.
What's up, Caleb, baby?
What's happening, Liddell?
As we send into harm's way. Care for them and their families when they come home.
Y'all heard it
Yes,
here
ma'am.
first. Burn AI, ban AI.
That's why the song Support and Help of Dennis, VA, I signed the PACT Act. One of the most significant laws ever, helping millions of veterans exposed to toxins
Why are you
who now
screaming
are
for?
battling more than 100 different cancers. Many of them don't come home, but we owe them and their families support. We owe it to ourselves to keep supporting our new health research agency called ARPA-H. And remind us that we can do big things like end cancer as we know it, and we will.
Lying, bro. What the fuck?
They haven't found
Soonie, they're using the COVID vaccine to end it. Didn't you know?
cancer.
He's still talking?
This.
Yes.
Praise God.
Yay!
Oh,
Come on, man. This is
I know you
is
don't want to hear any more of
comedy
this, but I
time.
gotta say a few more things. I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while.
We can tell.
When you
We
get
know.
to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. I know the American story. Again and again, I've seen the contest between competing forces in the battle for the soul of our nation.
Oh, here we go.
Between
Here we go.
those who
With
want
the
to pull
soul.
America back to the past and those who
Here
want
we
to move
go.
America into the future.
Trash.
My lifetime has taught me to embrace freedom and democracy, a future based
Garbage.
on core values that have defined America: honesty,
Mhm.
decency, dignity, equality, to respect everyone, to give everyone a fair shot, to give hate no safe harbor.
There they go.
Now, other people my
There
age
they
see
go.
it differently. The American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution. That's not me. I was born amid World War II when America stood for the freedom of the world. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, among working class people who
he
built
always
this
has to
country.
mention this.
I watched in horror as two of my heroes, like many of you did, Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy, were assassinated.
That was not
That
your
was not your heroes, bro.
Pursued a career in service.
There we go. There you go.
I left the law firm, became a public defender because my city of Wilmington was the only city in America occupied by the National Guard after Dr. King was assassinated because of the riots.
Let's whisper and talk in a very low tone.
It's gonna. He's about to yell. He's about to yell.
I got elected to the United States Senate when I had no intention.
He's gonna
of running
mention
at
his
age
son.
29. Then Vice President, our first Black president.
If he says
Now
Bo Biden, y'all
president, the
drink.
First women vice president.
He's not the first black president. How dare you disrespect Obama? What?
No, he said the first black vice president.
Okay. I heard president. I think he said both.
In my career, I've been told I was too young. By the way, they didn't let me on the Senate elevators for votes sometimes. Not a joke.
That means you're lying.
I've been told I'm too old. Whether young or
Not a joke.
old, I've always known what endures. I've known our North Star. The very idea of America is that we're all created equal. Deserves to be treated equally throughout our lives. We've never fully lived up to that idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I won't walk away from it now. I'm optimistic. I really am. I'm optimistic, Nancy.
At least someone is.
Look at them.
My fellow Americans, the issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas. Hate, anger, revenge, retribution are the oldest of ideas. But you can't lead America with ancient ideas. It'll only take us back. You lead America, the land of possibility.
Hold on.
You need a vision for the future and what can and should be done. Tonight you've heard mine. I see a future where defending democracy, you don't diminish.
Yeah, we're a republic.
I see a
We're
future
not a democracy.
where we restore the right to choose and protect our freedoms, not take them away.
Like you guys have been doing the whole time?
I see a future where the middle class finally has a fair shot and the wealthy have to pay their fair share in taxes.
Oh my God.
What's the number? Give me the
I see
number.
a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis.
Oh, he says
and our country
25%.
from gun violence.
25%. Where'd that come from?
Above all, I see a future for all Americans.
No, you don't.
I see a country for all Americans.
No, you don't.
Except the ones he
You
disagrees
can hardly
for
see the
all
teleprompter.
Americans.
What are you talking about?
Because I believe in America. I believe in you, the American people.
No, you don't.
Close the
You're
damn
the reason
border
we've
then.
never been more optimistic about our
Close the
future than
border.
I am now.
Close
Let's
the border.
build the future together. Let's remember who we
Great.
are.
Close the border.
We are the United States of America.
Are we? That's what you said about some Americans. You know what?
Beyond our capacity.
I'll pat myself on the back
And we
for all
act
these
together.
facts.
God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You didn't even mention our troops.
He doesn't give a fuck about troops.
What a shit.
So,
What a yes, what an S
was
show.
was it that bad?
It was.
It was that
terrible.
bad.
The state of confusion.
There's so much to unpack here.
There's way too much to unpack.
I mean, give me the top three.
Well, Del, there's not. Well, the top one is there's not enough chips inside of the bags, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Snickers bars. Snickers bars.
Snickers bars, and there's not enough chips inside the bags.
Yes, they're using the COVID vaccine to cure cancer.
Yeah.
This can't be real. Yeah, playing April Fools
No.
early.
He said they defeated Big Pharma and they got insulin prices back down, right?
Mhm.
Even though Trump did that and he got rid of it and then reinstated it. That's that. What else? The border.
So let me get this straight. Concerning the chips and the Snicker bars, because the cost of goods has gone up so much, it's not his policy's fault. It is the producer's fault, the ones that's actually making the stuff.
Not putting
because
enough
you
chips
caused
in,
it because you caused it to be so much to produce. It's their fault, not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Straight trash. Number two, the COVID vaccine when it comes to cancer, nigga, please. Number three, concerning what was the other mess? The border, real quick. If you are about the United States of America, shut the border down.
Right.
Number four, why didn't you mention any of the troops? Why?
You know, he talks about the passing of the PACT Act for the toxic burn pits. But like veterans have been dealing with these issues for decades, and previous administrations, with the exception of I would say Trump and back to the Reagan era, have never really took up the issue. And you have veterans who are waiting. I mean, it's ridiculous. 10 plus years to get decisions on claims for disability.
Trash. Garbage. I cannot wait to hear Mark Levin's comment on this. Dan Bongino. Of course, I didn't hear none of it at all. So I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it. Let me know. It was that bad? It's an Inflation Reduction Act, increase inflation, expansion of the money. Sure did. All day long. Judge is right.
He mentioned a bunch of foreign wars that have nothing to do with us. Spent decent amount of time talking about Israel, Hamas, and then spent 5 seconds talking about the American troops, which is why I kept putting the picture up all night, because he didn't mention not nan one of these names. Wow. Not even the 3 recent ones that died in a drone strike in Jordan.
Wow. Oh, these are the 3 that actually died?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought Black Lives Matter, y'all.
Right.
Apparently not, because I didn't see their families at the State of the Union either. Oh, he said that he was, what did he say about the middle class? He said something outrageous about the middle class. He said so many things. I'm going to be honest with you. I lost track.
And they didn't make sense the way he was saying. We really had to decode a lot of the stuff he was saying.
He calls for free access to preschool for 3 and 4-year-olds. He wants to have kids reading by the 3rd grade. Okay. Not before you leave the house with your parents. Not when you're entering preschool. I was reading in preschool. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but 3rd grade.
Oh, he wants to give public school teachers a raise. That's the other thing.
He wants to give public school teachers a raise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all understand that? I believe there's a lot of public school teachers that actually want to get out of the profession now.
Yeah. That's why he wants to give them a raise. He wants to stop them from leaving.
And he said children who attend preschool early are more likely to finish high school and go on to receive a college degree. I don't know where he got that statistic from, but I ain't never heard that ever. And history is watching. He wanted us to know that, and he said it wasn't a hyperbole.
Not a joke. Okay.
Yeah, he talked about college, talked about education. He didn't mention trade, none of that. He kept mentioning how the union, made the middle class.
Because the union is his biggest his biggest donor. That's why.
Oh man.
The union have a lot of power. They got a lot of power, y'all. A lot of power. The bold-faced lies about the state of the economy and unemployment individuals, how confident they are in the downside. Yep. They believe, guys, look at me real quickly. They believe you are stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They believe you don't know how to run your life, right? They believe that you should be paying them higher in taxes because they can spend your money better than you can. And they believe that you need their leadership to live the right life.
Yeah.
They really believe this. It's Machiavellian. They really believe this. They do. It's sick, sad.
He vows to protect Obamacare, says that there is an historic low or a decrease in prices as far as healthcare goes, said that there has been a historic increase in Americans that have health insurance. I think that number is still at 91%, and there was a 0.3 increase from last year till now. What else did he say? He said a lot.
No talks about the recession or anything like that.
No.
Or excuse me.
No, you talking about shrinkflation.
Well, it's not a recession according to the Biden administration. I forgot the definition is it changes.
What was the definition that 2 years ago? We constantly talked about it, Liddell. What was it?
Transitory.
Yeah.
Made that up, and then they changed the calculations from it being every 2 years on the inflation rate to every year, so they could brag and say, look at how our policies have actually worked. Another lie. I mean, all I heard when Trump was president was he lies a lot. Well, all I've heard during this whole presidency is a bunch of lies. We were told that the border was closed, and we're like, wait a minute, 4 million people came in, it's closed. But hold on, the numbers say 300,000, it's closed. Like it's not closed. People are coming through. Like what are you talking about?
This was one of his quotes regarding housing affordability measures. He said, I know the cost of housing is so important to you. As inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come up as well. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down to put towards their mortgage when they buy their first home or trade up for a little more space.
So last year they changed or not last year, 2 years ago, Yellen and Biden changed the definition, the Treasury's the longstanding definition that the Treasury has put out of what defines a recession is 2 consecutive sessions of negative GDP.
I remember that.
Yeah, it is 2 consecutive sessions in which there are negative GDP, two consecutive quarters of negative GDP. And they were saying, no, we're not in a recession. That's not what it is. And what they redirected everybody was they changed it to, hey, start looking at gross domestic output. And that was the new standard that they created. They said, well, look at how great this is. But then not even a quarter later, GDO starts to plummet. And no one in the White House said anything. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, no, we're not in a recession." The new definition they came up with showed a recession. I mean, that's kind of a big thing to talk about in your State of the Union, but what do I know?
Yeah, it is.
Come on, Caleb, man. Come on, brother. You live in Austin, man. Come on.
I don't.
Oh, my bad. Well, you used to?
Used to.
Come on. Get to the program. Catch up. Come on, catch up.
Oh, shoot. That was odd. Sorry if you guys heard that.
Now we need to know what was that we... What we didn't hear. I didn't hear anything. Did you fart?
Nothing. You're so nosy.
Said,
no, I didn't. Here's the quote. Unions built the middle class. Biden took a moment to introduce the United Auto Workers, President Sean Fain, who endorsed him for re-election while speaking about the power of unions in America. Wall Street didn't build America. They're not the bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and the unions built the middle class. Addressing the nation, Biden said, I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up and we keep going. That is America.
I think my favorite quote was when he said something to the effect of like, thousands of Americans are being killed by illegals.
Thousands of Americans are being killed by illegals, yes. But
yes.
And he also said, he didn't acknowledge that it's coming from the fact that they don't want to do anything about the border.
They don't want to close the border.
He didn't mention the fact that a federal judge is blocking Texas law from being able to arrest these migrants that are either sneaking into the country or have been found to be here illegally. He didn't mention that. He didn't mention the fact that we've had 2.8 million illegals enter this country. But yeah, let's talk about the fact that they are harming Americans.
I'm sitting here. I didn't know that the Fed chairman actually spoke. I believe yesterday.
And he said he wasn't going to vote. I thought for Joe, but they weren't going to endorse Joe Biden.
No, I'm talking about the Fed chairman.
Oh, the Fed.
This is CNBC, not Fox. CNBC. This is the title. Fed Chairman Powell. Again, we've been told that we have a roaring economy. Inflation is at an all-time low. Unemployment is at all time to make up these facts. All this, I'm giving all this rosary stuff. The economy is killing it. So if that's the case, why did yesterday CNBC, the Fed chairman, said, "I am sure there will be bank failures"? Huh?
Oh, mic drop.
Huh? That ain't it. We're not done. We're not done. Then he also said, the housing market is a very challenging situation. I thought we had a roaring economy. If it's wrong, why is this happening? I don't understand.
If they had a what economy? What is it again? I didn't hear that part.
If we have a roaring economy, why is all of this happening?
Mm-hmm.
There will be more bank failures. This was yesterday by the Fed chairman.
Right.
I mean, he didn't even mention that under his leadership, they had the second largest bank failure in history, second to Washington Mutual. Silicon Valley Bank, big bank failure, and no one's talking about that. And this wasn't even that long ago. This was just last year. Again, not a good look when you're talking about how great the economy is and
I mean, but again, Caleb, we're wrong. We don't know what we're talking about, Caleb. Man, we're peons. We don't know what we're talking about. It's roaring. I know the exhaust $12. It's roaring. It's roaring, all right. It's roaring up when it comes to price. You're right. It is. This is what.
Yeah, I mean,
my heartburn came back. It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you look at you sit there and you look back at. I mean, look at gas prices from Bush to Obama to Trump to Biden, and I mean, Biden, on average, under his administration, has had some of the highest gas prices of any of the previous 4 administrations. The economy's roaring, everybody. And the reason they say the economy is roaring is if they can't try and fool the American people into thinking the economy is actually roaring, then there's no excuse for there's no buffer. He doesn't get to say, well, the economy is roaring, so gas prices, it doesn't really matter. People can afford it now. This is the new normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're right. You are right.
If I gotta say this with my chest, if you guys if you know what the true facts are, and you still vote for Joe Biden, you deserve everything that you get.
Yep.
I don't want to hear about nothing about inequality, nothing about nothing. If you vote for Joe Biden, knowing all of these facts, whatever happens, you deserve it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
I'm just like, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense, man. God.
Deontay,
I didn't know.
You want the link? You want to come up here? Deontay always says, "I don't like. I'm mean to him."
Oh, you know me now. Let me see.
He says I ignore him.
Failures. This is, boy, you can't.
He said no, thank you. Well, I can't comment much on it because I'm still in shock as to how idiotic that was. And I mean, I think we highlighted the top statements, the top quotes from our great president. There's not much else to say. I think what Liddell just said was a great way to sum it all up. Don't fuck it up, people.
all I'm saying, if you vote for Biden, after you knowing all these facts, you deserve what's coming.
Yep. That's so true.
It's just, I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. And my family is they big Democrats, big time.
Mm.
Big time. I just tell them, I say, you guys must be happy. What's going on at you?
I was about to
Oh,
say, are you going to ask
no.
them? Are you going to ask them what they think about this speech?
I always ask them. I always say, man, you guys love Biden, don't you?
Mm.
Oh, I can't stand what's going on. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you vote for him? Yeah. Why are you upset? This is what you wanted, right?
Mhm. But what did they say? Then what did they say?
This is what they actually say. They said the Lord gonna work it out. And what they say, the Lord gonna work it out. I said, yeah, he already did. It's called common sense. You gonna use it?
Are we going to comment on the Republican response?
Oh, I forgot about their response. They have a response to it.
Oh, like on YouTube?
Yeah, they actually have a response. Every
Yeah, it's like the
opposed
last
party
one.
has a response. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You remember when what's her name? Who was it last time? Liddell. You know who I'm talking about.
It was Tim Scott.
No. The one before that. The lady from Georgia.
From Arkansas. You talking about
No, the black lady.
Georgia. Cool.
You know who I'm talking about? It's
the big girl?
Yeah.
Oh, Stacey Abrams?
Stacey Abrams. That response. I don't know how long ago that was.
It was about 4 years ago.
Shit.
I don't see that they
haven't did it yet. They haven't did it yet.
Okay, Katie Britt is delivering the Republican response.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The senator from Alabama.
Yeah,
Alabama.
She won her race. Yeah, she won her race, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nina. It says hold on. It's supposed to be at 9:00. Oh, it's probably because he went over.
Yeah, he went over. He was screaming the whole time.
They're probably trying to get it all like what is it transcribed so they know how to respond.
Well, they were
like, what?
Yeah, because he was supposed to end the Republican response was supposed to start at 9:00.
Oh, right
really?
afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, they're way behind.
Yeah, because of Biden, boy. Because of Biden, boy. I feel sorry for that man. This is elderly abuse. I feel sorry for that man. Sorry for that man. I mean, it's just he needs to go to bed. Go to bed. Hey, Biden, thank you for your service. Not really, but good night.
So what is the bill? So he's saying when he was talking about illegal immigration, Caleb, he was like, put a bill. So they haven't proposed anything to fix the border.
They actually have.
It's coming up.
They have. I believe.
Sorry, what was that you said?
It's starting.
Oh, the response?
Yeah.
I'm worried about their future and the future of children in every corner of our nation. And that's why I invited you into our home tonight. Like so many families across America, my husband Wesley and I just watched President Biden's State of the Union address from our living room. And we saw was the performance of a permanent politician who has actually been in office for longer than I've been alive. One thing was quite clear, though. President Biden just doesn't get it. He's out of touch. Under his administration, families are worse off, our communities are less safe, and our country is less secure. I just wish he understood what real families are facing around kitchen tables just like this one. You know, this is where our family has tough conversations. It's where we make hard decisions. It's where we share the good, the bad, and the ugly of our days. It's where we laugh together, and it's where we hold each other's hands and pray for God's guidance. And many nights, to be honest, it's where Wesley and I worry. I know we're not alone. And so tonight, The American family needs to have a tough conversation because the truth is, we're all worried about the future of our nation. The country we know and love seems to be slipping away, and it feels like the next generation will have fewer opportunities and less freedoms than we did. I worry my own children may not even get a shot at living their American dreams. My American dream allowed me, the daughter of two small business owners from rural Enterprise, Alabama, to be elected to the United States Senate at the age of 40. Growing up, sweeping the floor at my dad's hardware store and cleaning the bathroom at my mom's dance studio, I never could have imagined what my story would entail. To think about what the American dream can do across just one generation, in just one lifetime, it's truly breathtaking. But right now, the American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families. The true, unvarnished state of our union begins and ends with this. Our families are hurting. Our country can do better. And you don't have to look any further than the crisis at our southern border to see it. President Biden inherited the most secure border of all time. But minutes after taking office, he suspended all deportations, he halted construction of the border wall, and he announced a plan to give amnesty to millions. We know that President Biden didn't just create this border crisis, he invited it with 94 executive actions in his first 100 days.
Damn.
When I took office, I took a different approach. I traveled to the Del Rio sector of Texas. That's where I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at the age of 12. She told me not just that she was raped every day, but how many times a day she was raped. The cartels put her on a mattress in a shoebox of a room, and they sent men through that door over and over again for hours and hours on end. We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America, and it is past time, in my opinion, that we start acting like it. President Biden's border policies are a disgrace. This crisis is despicable. And the truth is, it is almost entirely preventable. From fentanyl poisonings to horrific murders, there are empty chairs tonight at kitchen tables just like this one because of President Biden's senseless border policies. Just think about Laken Riley. In my neighboring state of Georgia, this beautiful 22-year-old nursing student went out on a jog one morning, but she never got the opportunity to return home. She was brutally murdered by one of the millions of illegal border crossers President Biden chose to release into our homeland. Y'all, as a mom, I can't quit thinking about this. I mean, this could have been my daughter. This could have been yours. And tonight, President Biden finally said her name. He refused to take responsibility for his own actions. Mr. President, enough is enough. Innocent Americans are dying, and you only have yourself to blame. Fulfill your oath of office, reverse your policies, end this crisis and stop the suffering. Sadly, we know that President Biden's failures don't stop there. His reckless spending dug our economy into a hole and sent the cost of living through the roof. We have the worst inflation in 40 years and the highest credit card debt in our nation's history. Let that sink in. Hardworking families are struggling to make ends meet today. And with soaring mortgage rates and sky-high childcare costs, they're also struggling to how to plan for tomorrow. The American people are scraping by, while President Biden proudly proclaims that Bidenomics is working. Goodness, y'all, bless his heart. We know better. I'll never forget stopping at a gas station in Chilton County one evening. The gentleman working the counter told me that after retiring, he had to pick up a job in his 70s so that he didn't have to choose between going hungry or going without his medication. He said, I did everything right. I did everything I was told to do. I worked hard, I saved, I was responsible. He's not alone. I hear similar concerns from fellow parents, whether I am walking with my friends or whether I'm at my kids' games. But let's be honest, it's been a minute since Joe Biden pumped gas, ran a carpool, or even pushed a grocery cart. Meanwhile, the rest of us see our dollar and we know it doesn't go as far. We see it every day. And despite what he tells you, our communities are not safer. For years, the left has coddled criminals and defunded the police, all while letting repeat offenders walk free. The result is tragic, but foreseeable. From our small towns to America's most iconic city streets, life is getting more and more dangerous. And unfortunately, President Biden's weakness isn't just hurting families here at home. He is making us a punchline on the world stage. Look, where I'm from, your word is your bond. But for 3 years, the president has demonstrated that America's word doesn't mean what it used to. From abandoning our allies in his disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan to desperately pushing another dangerous deal with Iran, President Biden has failed. We've become a nation in retreat, and the enemies of freedom, they see an opportunity. Putin's brutal aggression in Europe has put our eyes on the brink. Iran's terrorist proxies have slaughtered Israeli, Jews, and American citizens. They've targeted commercial shipping, and they've attacked our troops nearly 200 times since October, killing 3 US soldiers and 2 Navy SEALs. Meanwhile, the Chinese Communist Party is undercutting America's workers. China is buying up our farmland, spying on our military installations, and spreading propaganda through the likes of TikTok. You see, the CCP knows that if it conquers the minds of our next generation, it conquers America. And what does President Biden do? Well, he bans TikTok for government employees, but creates an account for his own campaign. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Look, we all recall when presidents faced national security threats with strength and resolve. That seems like ancient history. Right now, our commander in chief is not in command. The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader. America deserves leaders who recognize that secure borders, stable prices, safe streets, and a strong defense are actually the cornerstones of a great nation. Just ask yourself, are you better off now than you were 3 years ago? There's no doubt we're at a crossroads, and it doesn't have to be this way. We all feel it. But here's the good news. We, the people, are still in the driver's seat. We get to decide whether our future will grow brighter or whether we'll settle for an America in decline. Well, I know which choice our children deserve, and I know the choice the Republican Party is fighting for. We are the party of hard-working parents and families, and we want to give you and your children the opportunities to thrive. And we want families to grow. It's why we strongly support continued nationwide access to in vitro fertilization. We want to help loving moms and dads bring precious life into this world. Wesley and I believe there is no greater blessing in life than our children. And that's why tonight, I want to make a direct appeal to the parents out there, and in particular to my fellow moms, many of whom I know will be up tossing and turning at 2 a.m., wondering how you're going to.
This is just extra.
It kind of is. Like, she was clearly a drama student. I feel like I'm listening to a monologue.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's about to ask for money. Watch. See, like this whispering shit.
I know. You're frustrated. I know you're probably disgusted by most of what you see going on in Washington, and I'll be really honest with you.
But to be honest with you guys, most Americans, they get this.
Oh yeah. They eat this up. They love this.
It's kind of like this.
But the way she's speaking is no different from what Biden's saying. The same way he says it, the people make fun of him. The whispering, the yelling.
Every generation has been called to do.
Yeah, I mean, he gave her probably one of the easiest, an easy win. All she had to come in with is the facts, the numbers, and it would have been great.
I'll be honest with you guys, if she came with the numbers of the facts, she would have lost everybody. She would have lost them. Because people eat this up.
Through the most powerful and
They eat it up. They love it.
Yeah.
They want to feel like you. They want the illusion of that you feel their pain. And there may be some truth there, but not really.
As the liberators of an oppressed.
It's why Trump is so successful when he speaks.
We continue to draw courage from those who bent the moral arc of the universe. And when we gaze upon the heavens, never forget that our DNA contains the same ingenuity that put man on the moon. America has been tested.
I can't.
Where's Soonie at?
I don't know, but I told her after this, I got to get off. I'm about to drop this because look at our numbers are just like, woo, she's putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
Hurry up. God damn.
We know their stories because they did not stay down. We are here because they stood back up.
Oh yeah, she rehearsed this.
She's about to cry.
She rehearsed this, boy. She rehearsed this.
Worthy of protecting
she
right.
Together,
we can
I
agree.
The heroic spirit of a great nation. Because America, we don't just have a rendezvous with destiny. we take destiny's hand and we lead it. Our future starts around kitchen tables just like this, with moms and dads just like you.
I feel like she reads a great bedtime story to her kids.
Why I believe with
Yeah, she probably does, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
that despite the current state of our union, our best days are still ahead.
No, they're not.
May God bless you, and may God
Thank the
continue
Lord.
to bless these United States of America.
Okay, praise the Lord.
I don't even know. I another long speech that left me speechless. Y'all, in the words of Vivica A. Fox, I could have had a V8. Okay. Okay.
I mean, at least Biden yelled at you.
Right.
She was.
It was a little too much. She was putting on a little too much.
It was a lot too much.
It was a lot too much.
I'm like, what is going on?
I bet you there's going to be like people making fun of that on TikTok.
I wish somebody would. Oh,
they're
and
going
here's
to.
your response. Poor girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right, guys. Well, I think that's all I have in me tonight. I don't know where Soonie went.
She left you. She ought to be showing herself.
Yeah, she left me. This is what she does, though. She does this all the time. She probably went driving in her car. I was checking Facebook to see if she was like live on I'm sorry, not on Facebook, on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. Knowing her, she'd be live, knowing her.
Yeah, she'd be doing that. But thank you so much for coming on, both of you, for the commentary. And you guys, we are not going to do a show tomorrow because I have some conflicts. So this was our show. If Soonie wants to come on here tomorrow, she can do it. I unfortunately cannot be there. So if somebody wants to co-host with Soonie, reach out to her and see. But it won't be me. I'm probably going to be in a coma after listening to that woman speak.
I mean, this is, man.
Yeah.
Make it stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just if you guys didn't know, Tucker did a live response also to the State of the Union speech.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that too, because it's probably interesting. So yeah, check that out. Thank you guys so much for sticking this out with us. Sorry if it hurt your brain.
It did.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
It was trash.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all.
Patriotic summer.